Jay Carter, welcome back. How you
Yes,
doing?
I'm great.
Okay.
I think Mel did a great job kind of breaking down why they can get to their charges, but here is why it can go left. And
Okay.
I think some of your winos have already said it. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, you have to get 12, not one, not two, not three, not six,
Mm-hmm.
not 11, 12 people to all agree. And so Mel is in there listening to all the legal analysis. He seems to be very reasonable. But I'm going to be honest with you, sitting in there, looking at the jury, even being around the people in the overflow room, they're not buying it. They are not buying a lot of the way that their expressions are, the way they react, the way they look in the audience. There is reasonable doubt. And so while Mel is correct, I think he did a beautiful job analyzing how you get to RICO, how you get to the violation of the Mann Act, which is the transportation to engage prostitution, how you get to sex trafficking, right? Those are the three main charges. If a juror who is not necessarily as reasonable, I don't think any of them have a legal background. These are common people deciding this. So if we don't get all 12, Mel can be absolutely right in all of his analysis, but if they don't see it that way, you're gonna get what they call a hung jury. The other thing I wanted to
But he
mention,
opened up saying that he feels like it's going to be a hung jury because of all the issues that's going on now with the jury. I don't think that they're going to come out unanimously. I just don't.
right, and if they do, I don't know if Mel agrees, but if they do come out unanimous on anything, it may be the violation of the Mann Act, which is the transportation to engage in prostitution. That's the only place where I feel like the prosecution kind of had a slam dunk because they showed all the text matching the credit card receipts, showing sometimes Cone Enterprises paying for the planes for the prostitutes to be flown in. That's where it's almost like, okay, there's somewhat of a slam dunk there, but you still got to get all 12 to agree. I also want to say about them fighting in the jury room. So just a little
Mm-hmm.
intel on juror number 25. Okay, so he is a 51-year-old gay white, so gay and white, PhD in molecular biology who studied veterinary science. That's the one that was causing issues yesterday. That's the one that they said was not following the instructions. Now, we don't know if he's not following the instructions to favor the prosecution or the defense, but that was one of the complaints. He was not following the instructions. So I'm like, if you already have someone not following the instructions, that's the hung jury right there. If he doesn't cooperate on all, five of these charges, two each being for Cassie, two for Jane Doe, and one being the RICO. If he doesn't cooperate, you're going to get a mistrial based on that.
I done been flew out. I done been transported via Greyhound when I ain't had no money or the dude ain't had no money. They bought a Greyhound ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that
But I
against
think
the...
he's echoing what, like you said, these jurors are not lawyers. They're not legal analysts. They're going to be looking at it like, well, what have I done in my past? Can they bring me up on charges? They are going to look at this as, yes, these are the instructions. But in reality, is this what really happened? I know they're not supposed to do that, but truly, the judge can instruct as much as he wants. They are going to do exactly what they want to do in their jury room.
And this is
Okay, all right.
why,
Mel, you want to respond to that? Go ahead.
yeah, this is why so many people, especially black people, are so upset about this case about Diddy, because a lot of the things that are happening that the government is taking him down with a technical note, it actually, this is what people do every day, like passing a blunt or what have you. They give away drugs. They give it to their girlfriend. You can't give your girlfriend anything. You see what I'm saying? So this is where it gets really complicated, and that's why people feel like there needs to be a rising up against this case. Diddy, the time does not match the crime does not match the time that he would get. Diddy did not have blood on his hand like a lot of these mob bosses that they're trying to make him out to be. Diddy had baby oil and Astroglide on his hands, but not blood. We might as well say, spin it one time, Tasha, spin it one time, guys, spin it. That's right. No blood, just baby oil.
Baby oil. We had somebody pop in. We got a question from a viewer. What's the viewer's name? Why? How you doing? Why? Where you calling from?
Actually, I'm calling from Salt Lake City, Utah. Tasha?
Shout out to Salt Lake. I'm gonna get up there one day.
No, you don't have to. I
Do
promise you. Don't
you
make
have a
that
question
7% or
or a
8%.
comment on this? It's
Well,
okay.
actually, this is the comment that I wanted to make. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you walk through life, we put things in our basket that we're purchasing based on our actions in life, right?
Okay.
Let Diddy pay for his groceries. That's all I'm saying. He need to slide and glide his ass up to the register and pay for everything that he has done to these people. Some people were voluntary and some people were victimized. But keep this in mind. A woman in servitude to a man by lust, love, or money, okay, is a victim of her own circumstance. Okay?
Mm,
Now, those professional ass whoopings that he was giving to Cassie, and I
mm,
promise you, I've seen ass whoopers, and he was a professional. Okay, the only thing it was he had the wrong audience. Okay,
okay.
this man need to pay for everything he did to those people voluntarily, involuntarily, or whatever the case may be. You cannot walk and take your big clumsy feet and step on people in life like this, and then walk away with a new pair of shoes. No, it don't work that way. So if he needs to lose all of his riches and fund the federal government, because Lord knows they're gonna need the money when that man with that orange cat on his head get through with their ass, they're gonna need all of that money and more. Okay? Sad part, we ain't gonna get none of it, but that's irrelevant. But what I'm saying is that Diddy need to go ahead and just pay the piper. That's just all it is to it. If God claps, you should dance. God is clapping for us right now. He's telling us that these people cannot continue to squash and step on people because they don't have money. You can't use money to victimize people. You just can't. So let him go up there and pay for them groceries, the eggs and the sausages. Oh,
All
especially
right.
the sausages
She said he
and the
should pay for
baby
the
oil.
groceries, and I think the feds is asking for him to pay for it and everything. The baby
Mhm.
oil, the KY gel, the house, the jet, the boats, the kids going up in there too. Listen, everybody coming. The braids on the little girl's head, they're giving them over to the feds as well too. So yes, we thank you so much. I appreciate it. And y'all are asking me, am I team Diddy? No. But did he do it? Yeah, he did that shit.
Mhm, mhm.
Don't ask me nothing.
And I
I
think
wasn't in there. Don't ask me nothing. All I know is I got uncles that was whooping my aunties' asses, okay? Ain't none of them did no fair time behind whooping ass. Ain't none of them did that. The only time they did fair time is when they was out selling dope. But doing dope, they never did fair time. They did city jail time. Okay. You get caught, you're doing a little drugs, you may be petty offenses. But when they started moving up to the federal offenses with drug trafficking and stuff like that, but I never seen them go to jail for slapping the hell out of one of my aunts and one of my aunts clapping back with a steel iron. I never seen it happen.
Mhm. And I think your sentiment, Tasha, is what, because I know you play devil's advocate. You do really
Yeah.
good in your edutainment. I call it edutainment. You do a very good
Yes.
job of doing both sides and being entertaining while you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I agree with you. I don't think it's necessarily. I'm not team. I'm not team anybody. I think the issue is, should a person be found guilty of federal charges if in what he actually did was a violation of a state crime? That's really the question. It's not
No.
right. And you're
No.
saying no. So when
No.
you say no, that doesn't mean that you're Team Diddy. You're just saying this
It
man
needs
should
to
not
be
be found
handled
guilty
accordingly. And back
accordingly.
then, the
Mhm.
LA County has already said they have decided to not prosecute Diddy. It is out of like statute of
That's your
limitations, all of
limitation.
that stuff, right?
Right.
They have decided to not do it, right?
Mhm.
Cassie didn't run her ass down there to press charges. Cassie ran her ass down to the check cashing place. She had two children. She had married the trainer. Diddy wasn't paying neither one of them. So they decided to go cash in. That's all I'm saying. So the crimes that he's charged with, Diddy should be spending fair time for shooting that lady in the face. That's what federal charges, that's what I thought they was going to go back and reopen. When
Interesting.
Sean did that time, now he want to come out here and say, well, I didn't do the shooting. Well, why you ain't say that before? You want to say something now that they got Diddy locked up? Then there was a little boy that got shot allegedly by Diddy's son and Diddy in the studio. Cassie wrote about that. They didn't even say shit about that, and that is recorded. That is in the paper in Miami. Okay, that shooting happened in his studio, and Cassie gave great detail to what happened. Why they didn't bring that up?
So you're just saying they had an opportunity to build a federal case
To
with the
build a
federal
federal
charges he
case.
should have,
Right.
right? But
Yes.
instead they picked these other things. And to be honest, I also think they picked these other things because it was salacious. A, B, they already had Cassie's civil lawsuit to really work with, right? I mean, just think about it. We would not be sitting right here today, even talking, if he had just settled with Cassie and let this quietly go. There would have been no public civil lawsuit, and there would have been never a federal case being brought based on her suit. Her suit
And I
is
think
what
his
led to
lawyers, that's where his lawyers kind of failed. Because I'm sure they told him, let her go to the public. This is not anything the feds can get you on. These are domestic violence. This is just pure domestic violence, okay? But the other stuff that she put in there, like I said, the shooting of that boy that happened in his studio, and then the Wale situation, wasn't it? No, I don't think she mentioned the Wale situation, but she did mention something along the lines of him dangling somebody over a balcony. And then there was another singer that came and confirmed saying that it was Wale. Mel, go ahead. What you want to say?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go, but I wanted to just break this down in accordance with what was just said. We have all these charges on Diddy, and I don't have a dog in the fight, but we have all these charges. Not one police report in regards to
Okay.
Diddy, not one police
You
report.
can replace me.
Here's the other thing you just mentioned in regards to Bonner. Bonner had testified that on September 26, 2016, Diddy had her hanging off the balcony. Then he took her and threw her on the furniture on the patio, and she had pictures with metadata to back this up. Do you know what Diddy's black female attorney from Atlanta did, Nicole Westmoreland? She showed that Diddy was staying at Trump Plaza in New York, wasn't even out in LA at the time. That's just like if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. It's just that serious. So basically, they were lying on Diddy for this particular occurrence. But not only that, when Deontay Nash, Mia, and Bonner came to the stand, or different people, they say they're still talking to each other and talking to Cassie while they're taking the stand. So how can you have all the witnesses still in cahoots all the way up to and beyond their testimony in court? So I'm just saying that there's something not right about this trial, and I'll stand on that. All right.
Well, listen, Mel, we hate to see you go. We know that you've been out here, waiting, and I appreciate that. I hope you can join back in. We will be verdict watching tomorrow as well too. So we do want you to join us again for that live. And so, guys, I want you to take a second and just thank Mel for being so patient and coming down and just being so knowledgeable. Again, we hope to have you back tomorrow. So our producers will be in contact with you. Are we on schedule? We good?
Anytime you need me.
All right. Thank you so much.